What's up, everybody? Welcome to another hiking trip with me. We're going somewhere different this time. First time I've ever been here. We are in Alabama, I was fixing to say Alabama, Tennessee. No such thing. We are at the border, the state line of Alabama and Tennessee. And we're going to be hiking the Walls of Jericho here at Bear Hollow Mountain Wildlife Preserve. And I have someone who has been on one other hike with me. This is her second time hiking with me. And before, probably 3 or 4 hikes before, I used to just take pictures. I never recorded video, but I've stepped up a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Now I record my videos hiking, and I take a few pictures, but mostly video. So she's over there hacking. So joining me on this hike is this lovely lady here, my wife, Carrie. She's I'm more of a camera ham than she is, but anyway, not only the crazy thing about this hike is that she's joining me, but also this is going to be her first time ever sleeping in a hammock tonight. So so I'm sure she's been looking forward to that, and I've been looking forward to that because it's going to be interesting to see her experience sleeping in a hammock. So we got getting our bags together. I've got my wonderful Teton 4000, and she's got some little Suzuki that I bought from somebody years ago and don't really like it, but we haven't been able to afford a better one, and sooner or later we will. But we got our bags ready. We've gotten our stomachs full of Subway, and we're about ready to head down the trail. So stick with us. All right, let's see. Here's where we are, right there. Hiking trail parking lot. We're going to follow the trail down. This is about a 1,000-foot drop. And we're going to cross the creek here, and then the campsite's going to be somewhere in here, and then Walls of Jericho are in here. So this will all be checking it out. So that's the map that we're doing, the trail. Gotta watch your footing around here. And watch the rocks too. So film the rocks and watch your feet. There's an old trail right down there. You can see it right there. Yeah. That might have been part of that old trail a while ago, but from what I understand, there's a lot of old trails throughout, but they're not marked, and I think they're just where people have gotten off trail and blazed their own. Of course, it's a very populated area, so there's a lot of people here to do that sort of thing and knock down the trails, extra trails besides the ones that are.
I love you, Tracy.
It's a mosquito breeding ground. I've noticed in a lot of my videos that I don't normally hike when it's a lot of green. So that means it's usually right before spring or right after fall when everything's already fell. So it's actually kind of weird hiking and seeing a lot of green, plus not being able to see very far because everything's on the trees now. So definitely interesting, and it's a great trail so far. It's really easy, really worn down, and it's not a very long path. Matter of fact, when I was talking to my buddy about it, he said that it's more of a camping trip than it is a hiking trip, because I think it's only like 1.5 miles in. So we'll see. So far so good. Okay, go for it. Don't fall. Nope, 5 leaves. Do what? I wouldn't touch it either. Not with a 10.5-foot pole.
I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole.
Stretches? Trail's not bad. There's a few rocky places. Most of it's like this, up and down. But rocky places are enough to keep your attention. We came across a cross trail a while ago, and according to the map we just kept straight, but could be tricky if you decided to take it. And this is a natural rest area the Lord Jesus built for us. Of course, the trail goes on downhill that way, but for those who need a rest coming up the hill or going down the hill, whichever is your pleasure, have a seat. Need a seat? Alright, we're going to keep on then. Down the hill we go. Uh-oh. Well, there's that cross trail I was telling you about. Somewhere up there, probably a good 100 feet elevation or so, it crossed, and obviously it comes straight down right here. You want to be careful about taking those because you never know where they'll go. And I don't believe it's marked, and as I was saying, definitely down there, but you can see this trail is marked red. You got little trees with red, and I'm getting you dizzy here. You got a big tree right down there with red, so keep on the red markers. And these little off trails, you never know where they'll take you. Now, if you're in for an adventure, you go right ahead and take that trail right there. But if you want to stay safe, because I'm with the wifey and we don't want to get ourselves in trouble, we're going to stay on the red, which is the big, flat, fat trail. So, narrow trail could get you dangerous and hurt, but hey, that goes straight up and down, so it'll cut you out a lot of switchbacks and stuff. But You never know where this will go. And then when you come down this trail and you end up on the big trail, like this right here, you don't know if you go right or go left because there's no signs, especially here at Walls of Jericho. So stay on the big trail, follow the red tree markers, and you'll be fine here at Walls of Jericho. A lot of switchbacks. We're going 1,000 feet in elevation. We're going down. Tomorrow we're going up. It's going to hurt. We're going to need to know where we're going. We're going to stay on the big trail. Because if we don't, we might could do some extra mileage, and that ain't fun when you're hurting. Natural spring. It just follows right on down to the trail. Bouncy, bouncy. If you want to sit by the spring, go ahead and have yourself a flop on the rock. And here, I see a lot of people talking about them. The news is getting out, and I'm just going to concur with my research and talking to park rangers and just getting on the fine internet and finding things like that. This tree right here looks like it possibly was an Indian marker for trails, or what they would do is they would take a little old sapling and they'd bend it down and they'd tie it down so that it'd point to where they needed to go so the other Indians could follow along, or there was something important down there, or it was a trail. And so they did this so that they could kind of, instead of having worn out trails like we have here, they tied down saplings and pointed to where they needed to go. True story. Years ago, when I used to go to the Renaissance Festival in Tennessee, it's down there. They had a similar pit like this over at the Renaissance Festival before they moved it when they put 840 in. They had a similar pit, and they had a troll character that would come out of the pit and chase little kids.
I think I remember that.
But they don't have that no more because they moved it because they put 840 in. So this is kind of cool. This is why we hike, y'all. This is why we backpack, to see interesting geological stuff. You like that scientific word? Now it's gotten rocky. We were working on sand, and now it's a lot of rock. But it's been downhill the whole time, and it looks like it's still going downhill. So tomorrow is going to be fun. Getting out of here. I thought they were finished, but it looks like they were just checking out a sinkhole. Like I hadn't seen a sinkhole before. It's a long way down. And we still got further to go. That's where we came. That's where we're going. This is where we are. I did. Yeah. Whee! Nothing but downhill the whole time, so that makes me definitely think about what tomorrow's hike out's going to be like, because it is going to be nothing but uphill the whole time. Of course, thankfully there's some switchbacks, because right here we see that you can go straight up. And when I mean straight up, I really mean straight up. Right up there is, right there about is where the other trail is going that way. Whew. So you can come down, but when you got about 38 pounds on your back, switchbacks are nice instead of coming straight down. Or you'll almost hit this tree. You have to stop before you tumble into the creek down there. We're getting there. Slowly, surely, we're getting there. I think we're about there. Maybe at the bottom of the mountain. Ochirije Faux Slaw. Of course, it'll be flipped backwards and round and around. You tired yet? Bull. I am. All right, moving on. We've reached a creek. If I was one of those cool videographers, I could tell you what the name of this creek was, because I looked at the map, but quite honestly, I don't remember. So, sorry. Something Creek. That's what she said back there somewhere. Anyway, we're still trucking along, and sorry there. Yeah. Creekside. I'm gonna turn this around and show you what we're fixing to run into. The first bridge of our trip. And there again, another trail that would go straight up to the trail, but noi, because, whew. So Carrie gets the honors of walking across while I film. At least it's not a swinging bridge.
Oh, it's a tree.
Don't fall. I love these kind of bridges. All right, we made it. Whew. About to cross our second bridge, and then the clearings over there, so campsite's over there. And I'm smelling smoke, so somebody's got a campfire going. The creek's dry. I've also been told a lot of the water over here is dry. So, yep, they haven't had much rain here. water. Ooh. It's not easy to cross with a backpack and trying to film it at the same time. All right. So we're going to get across here and go try to find us a campsite. So far, so good. We finally made it. Like what?
Just a little bit of water in there.
Yeah. Carrie and I were kind of shocked at. I'll show you. This is a creek bed. I mean, oh my gosh, it's like right there we were looking at. It's like 6 feet, 8 feet deep, and no water. Not a single bit of water in any of this. There's a campsite right here. Somebody camped at, and there's fire still, still hot, but no water in sight in this whole creek bed, and it's unbelievable, I guess. So we're having to we're hiking back to the walls now to get water, which is like a 15 or 20 minute hike, what they tell us, back at the campsite. We've already set up camp, got our hammocks up, and I'll show you that later. But now we're going to go get water, and I was remarking that I've never had to walk so far just to get water, because unbelievably it's dry, and we've been told that back here at the walls it's dried up too. There's not much back there. There's like one pool of water, but for the most part, most of it's dried up. So we're not getting the full experience of the Walls of Jericho this time, because we are obviously in some sort of drought. But nonetheless, there's some pretty views. I bet there was a lot of, where's it at? You can't really see it, but right there is a big old rock bluff. Looks like there's a water stream, a spring or stream that came off of that. Not now. So we're walking. All this dried up. Every bit of it. And imagine the water that would be going down it if it really was full. That'd be like a whitewater rafting. Anyway, Walls of Jericho so far. Very rocky. You can see, very rocky, slippery in a lot of spots, going back to the walls after the campsite. Whew. Anyway, I better concentrate on walking before I fall. Down there somewhere we can hear water, finally. Carrie's tired.
I'm done.
That's straight down. So where we were, right on level with the water, well, we've hiked 100 feet high now. Way up here, and we're still going up, sort of. And it's been rocky, crazy rocky. And now we're going back down again. Hopefully closer to the walls. But it's been a very treacherous and strenuous small little walk from the campsite to the walls. So if you ever come back here, be very careful, because this just literally drops right off. And there's a couple places that you could definitely miss your footing. And go tumbling, and there's no mats to catch you when you go tumbling, so it will not be a fun little tumble. There's some water down there, cascading a little bit. There's a frog, can't see him now. definitely be careful. It's more water. Now I was thinking that if we were next to it, I mean, I could easily fill up my bag and leave it and then walk back to the walls and hang out for a little while, but unfortunately we're kind of far above it, so that plan is not working out. It's very slippery, and of course, to make matters even more challenging, yeah, I got to put a tree in the middle of it so you can climb over it. And very slippery on the footing. Muddy. Yep. We're getting closer. Just don't know how close. So there's some walls of rock, but Carrie's favorite is that, see that rope right there?
Aww.
Would you like to go first?
No.
Carrie loves rope trails. See, I think what really started that was the one we went to at Fall Creek Falls. And then they had one at Evans Mill Inn, where we went to for a bread and breakfast.
You go down there.
There's a trail going around.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't see it.
What? Fat man squeeze. Camera just doesn't do it justice. Never does. So I'd recommend, if you're interested in touring the Walls of Jericho, come on back and do it yourself. I'm just giving you a sneak peek of what we're seeing. I got it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Feels great down here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, there's the swimming hole.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we came for. I guess there's probably supposed to be more, but it's not bad.
Found one. Think you found one.
It's going home.
Yep.
It's going home. It's going home.
Make your feet numb. Look at how deep that is.
I don't know, but it's close.
I'm so numb right now. Oh my gosh.
I'll get up there. I'll get up there.
Here we are hanging in our hammock, and we just got back from Walls of Jericho. Carrie's hanging in her hammock. See something over there? She is using my Eno single nest along with Eno rain fly, and I'm using Eno rain fly. But my hammock is an old army hammock that a buddy gave me. It's had a bug. Yeah, it had a bug shield on it, bug guard. But I ripped it off accidentally. So I got this thing strapped up, along with her strapped up. Haven't got a fire going. But as you can see behind us, there's a campground of folks here. Somebody else with a hammock and rain shield, rain guard. So anyway, we're strapped up. I'm in porch mode, and I got her slung back so that she can see a little bit. I'm just hanging out here, literally hanging out, eating some almonds, pecans. Normally almonds, but pecans, and resting from a hard walk, 1,000 feet down, and a hard walk back to the Walls of Jericho. So we're just hanging out. How you like the hammock?
And I'm cold right now. I hope I'm not cold all night.
Not when you put the sleeping bag on.
I'm cold right now.
One of these days we'll afford an underquilt, but right now we still use a sleeping bag. Good times. Hungry? When you gonna eat? And yeah, I just wanted to show you what I've graduated to. In that I used to use this Coleman cup, and I made a top for it out of very heavy metal. It's not very light, but it keeps the heat in. And this is kind of a heavy Coleman cup, so I don't use it anymore. I think I've already talked about this on a previous video, but now I use this Snow Peak. Yep, I broke down and bought this very expensive, very light titanium cup, and I'm not going to go back because it's much lighter. So what did I do? I gave it to my wife. So now she gets the heavy Coleman. But the one thing I do like about this one is you can see the graduations on it where the Snow Peak doesn't have it. I like this because I can tell how much water I'm putting in it. She tonight is going to be eating rice and chicken, and I am going to have I think I'm not really sure what I brought. Nope, that's breakfast skillet. That's in the morning. Look at my goodie bag. Lasagna with meat sauce. So that's going to be my dinner. She's going to have chicken and rice, and we're going to get our bellies full. And the fire is halfway staying lit. So let's get some water boiled and make it happen. No joke. I think I tried to eat that one time when I went hiking.
That's poisonous.
I was hungry.
Can you burn it?
I think I was a little lethargic too because I hadn't eaten. I'd hiked like 13 miles.
Can you burn this?
I wouldn't burn it.
I don't know what it would do. I know you're not supposed to eat it.
It's toxic.
It says do not microwave, so you probably don't eat it.
I wouldn't burn it.
It says not to microwave.
Let's see the chicken. Num num num. Is that bugs? No, that's rice. Alright. How about that? Get some water
It's
going.
like a lot.
I told you, last time we had it, it took both of us to eat all that.
Well, I'm hungry.
Where are you going to put it? Okay. Alright. Pretty toes. How's the chicken?
It's very good. You're starving.
We noticed on the bag it said 3 servings. Now, who in their right mind makes a bag of food unless you're expecting to share it with 2 other people, I guess.
Me, I guess.
You want to eat it all?
I've already had 2 servants.
Well, save some room because switch over to the other camera because I ran out of room on that camera. And so anyway, I was saying that you need to save room for your chicken or
Cheesecake.
for your cheesecake because we got the Backcountry Pantry dark chocolate cheesecake. And I've had the regular cheesecake before and it is amazing. So we both like dark chocolate, don't we?
Yep.
So how can you go wrong with dark chocolate cheesecake? So we're going to try this tonight. See how it goes. Fire! Anyway, they made that chicken recipe for 3 servings, which is a lot of servings. The lasagna meat sauce that I had was delicious. I love it. It's my favorite. If you're always wondering what my favorite is. You see that? It's pretty close. My favorite is always the lasagna. Can't go wrong with the lasagna. But this is definitely, I like this one. This is one that was kind of put in the package and they vacuum seal it. And I'm not even sure how many it serves. But I'm guessing 1 because the other package is a lot bigger than usually the vacuum sealed pack. So anyway, I love the lasagna. It's the best. I haven't tried my hand at dehydrating and making my own food yet. One day, but not necessary when you go on one night or 2 night trips and you can just pick up a Mountain House or something really easy. I did bring with me, and I thought about eating it tonight, but I chose not to. Is the pasta sides. This one is the cheddar broccoli. I did a review on pasta sides on my blog, and you can check that out. No video on that one, it was just pictures before. It was before I was shooting video, so maybe I should do one now with video, but you know. This, and you take that, rehydrate it with water, and then it's hard to do with one hand. And then for Christmas, I got a buttload of Spam because I'm part of the Spamily. And so these are Spam single, and it goes great with the pasta sides. So yeah, I may do a video on that. Anyway, that was good. I mean, that can be good, but I went with the lasagna tonight. So now we're going to rehydrate some cheesecake. Cheesecake. How's it taste?
Like Oreos.
Did you only get the cookie topping, or did you get some of the
Tastes like Oreos.
cheesecake too?
I got all of it. Here's Cool Whip.
Do what? He's cool. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna take some. See how I'm trying to get a good look in there. Yep. Tastes like chocolate pudding with Oreo cracked cookies on top of it. Still good though. Oh, still good. Can't go wrong with chocolate pudding. I know they call it cheesecake, but
It don't taste like cheesecake.
it doesn't have the consistency of cheesecake. It's a lot more puddinger. We're going to enjoy this and make you jealous. I tell you what, we'll go ahead and turn the camera off so we can enjoy it. You won't have to watch it. Probably be better that way. All right, be back. The cheesecake was good. Gotta have a cob on the trail. Every time. picked up some of this coffee instant. Go creamer. It's what, 4:07 now? I think it took me a pretty good while to get to sleep.
It was 2:30 probably, where I was out. Yeah, you don't want to see this out there.
Can't hardly see it anyway. We had a visitor last night. Carrie said it was a possum. I never saw it. He was making a bunch of racket. I did hear that. Over in the grass right over here.
You got all the way to the edge.
Over in the grass right there. He was looking to crawl up in Carrie's hammock. Snooze a little bit. So, well, it was a little hot too for me. Was it hot for you?
Oh,
I was burning up. Finally got to sleep. Probably got about 4 or 5 hours sleep. So, coffee this morning, maybe something to eat, and then we get to tackle that 1,000-foot elevation back out of here. Yay! Get some coffee going, because you gotta have coffee on the trail, right? Some of you that watch my videos sometimes know that I drink Russian tea. I didn't bring none of that this time though. Coffee it is. So now that we have our coffee made, the definitive question, or at least somewhat, hammock or tent? Granted, this decision is made on one night in a hammock. If you'd asked me hammock or tent for my first night in a hammock, I'd been like tent all the way, dude, because my first night in a hammock was disastrous. I'll try to put a link to the video of my first attempt in a hammock somewhere, either here or there. So what do you think? You have a better setup than I did the first time I slept in a hammock. Mine was bad.
it has advantages and disadvantages.
What's one advantage?
It's comfy.
It's comfy. What's a disadvantage?
I don't feel safe.
She got scared by a possum. But it did sound like it was breaking limbs over there.
He was eating and munching and chewing. It sounded huge.
He was eating, munching, and chewing. Sounded huge. Wow. Did you have to get up to go pee?
Yes,
I did.
with the possum.
With the possum? Well, would you do it again? The hammock, not get up and pee with the possum.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's a win. I don't know. So there you have it, folks. The age-old question of hammock or tent. Hammock is the answer. And coffee. How you like my little sipper? Ain't that nice of of Snow Peak to give you a little sipper so your cup is not so hot on the lips. I'm a mean husband because I give my wife my old setup and it don't have a sipper, so she has to sit and wait for it to cool.
Coffee so I can have yours.
I don't think it fits that one. She would have to pour coffee into mine to use the sipper. I'm terrible. But I did give her the hammock. I took the old hammock, the old army beat up hammock a buddy gave me. So you got the good hammock and the good slap straps, because I got the stretchy ones that are terrible, and I sunk. I'm a little bit lower than I was last night, and my head's lower than my feet, so it all comes out in the wash, right? You get good stuff, I get good stuff. You get bad stuff, I get bad stuff.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I remember when the first hiking trip that I went on, dude, it was horrible. I wore canvas pants. I had 40 pounds in my pack. I had a 10-pound tent. I had that old Coleman cup. I had a lot of Coleman stuff. It was heavy. But I had fun. And that's all that matters, right? That you have fun. I also got some kind of whatever, get blood in my pee because I dehydrated myself too much. It was an experience, my first hiking trip. Look where I am now. I'm a pro. Not really. Just doing a little exploring before we head out today. If you're hiking here at Walls of Jericho and you come to that big field and that campsite is right there, and that creek is dry right there on that second bridge, don't think that you have to go to the Walls of Jericho to get water, because that's what we thought. And so just doing a little looking around, and come to find out, if you follow that dry creek bed down towards the left side of the field, there's plenty of water right here in this creek. At least this is in what is this? Late May. And you can hear it. There's another little creek that goes up that way. There's the dry creek, goes that way. But this little creek branch comes off this way. Don't ask me where it comes from. Actually, that is the creek that we passed on the first bridge. I'm pretty sure of it. I haven't looked at the map. So that one's full of water, and it's coming down. And there's the field right there. So you don't have to go all the way up to the walls just to get a thing of water. Plenty of it right here. I wish I'd have known that before we went and lugged our water bladder up there. But it's moving. It's not sterile. I mean, it's not stagnant. So just to the left of the field, you might want to check that creek because there's water here. Anyway, there you go. A little tidbit for you if you ever come to the Walls of Jericho. Don't go to the walls just to get water. Just right here beside the field, there's some more water. So cool. Wish we'd known that. Also, for your added benefit, if the campgrounds are crowded, don't get upset or depressed. There's a lot of campgrounds in this area. You just got to kind of look for them, because I just happened upon one here to the left of the field that is way away from everybody. I wish we'd have known that. But I mean, look, this is to the left of the field. So when you get out of when you cross the bridge and you come into the big field, the main campground is right there. You can see it. Don't go there, because that's where everybody's going. So you can walk the field, and this little clearing's on the left side, right beside the creek. See? Another thing that I wish we'd have known, because we'd have got away from everybody too, but we didn't know that. So cool. We got a seat there and a little area. So you got trees to hang your hammocks, or somebody had a tent right there. So campsites galore all over this place. So you don't have to get crowded and be in right up somebody's butt in the campground. We're literally right over there. Maybe 50 yards is the campground. And this is remote and secluded and away from everybody. I wish we'd done that too, but oh well. Maybe next time. But this is a really cool spot too. So just if you come to the Walls of Jericho, don't settle on the campsite. Look around. Even go towards the walls, because there's some campsites that way too. So don't just settle at that first campsite like we did. We're making a lot of, not mistakes, but we're learning. We come back again what to do. And I'll talk more on that later, but hopefully if I remember to. But anyway, search for campgrounds. For campsites. Don't just settle for that one main one, because there's plenty around. This is a really cool one. I wish we'd snagged this one. Oh well, live and learn. Maybe next time. Yeah, packed up. Now we're heading out. And now to complain about that 1,000 foot of elevation that we've been already complaining about. But good night. We're just going to mosey along, because we know that climb is going to be crazy. So we're going to ease our way up. Not take our time. It's about 8:45, and take our time getting out of here, because we know that if we rush it, that it'll kill us. So, yay. We're almost to the end. Climbed a lot of hills. We're nice and sweaty, and one thing that we didn't do, which I normally don't do this, but typically when I get up and get going in the morning, I'll have breakfast, but we didn't do that this morning. We had our coffee, and Carrie had a Pop-Tart. And we decided to go what we thought was going to be halfway to the spring. There's a spring right over here, right in there somewhere. Fill up on water and cook our breakfast. It's 10:30, so we've been going about an hour and 45 minutes. And so we stopped. And looking at the map, we're actually 3/4 of the way to the car. So we're going to sit here and have our breakfast brunch, eat our breakfast skillet with tortillas, and then we'll be ready to get out of here. Carrie was saying there's one more big climb. Other than that, it's not too bad. A lot of switchbacks makes it a lot easier, but for the most part, not too bad. Just take your time, little small steps, and you'll make it. About got us a bowl. That's my sugar gamer impression of Sling Blade impression. Gonna eat me a skillet, breakfast skillet. Num num num. We're tired. We're about probably 100 to 150 yards from the car, and so like I've been saying, 1,000 foot elevation, it's tough getting up there. We just had a group pass us, about 5 or 6. They're all wearing boots, cowboy boots, blue jeans, and we didn't see any of them with water. A couple of them looked overweight. So I'm kind of concerned about those guys, because if they're going down, it's about a 3-hour trip down to the water, and I don't think they're going to make it, quite honestly. But overall, Carrie, what do you think?
I'm tired. I stink.
Good trip. Great place to come hike. I don't know so much about day hiking, because if I'm going to go down there, I'm going to stay down there for a little while. But there's been a lot of day hikers. Crazy elevation, and I do not rate this This trail is moderate. I rate it as strenuous, and I hike a lot, but it's pretty strenuous. So if you're going to come to the Walls of Jericho, be prepared. Bring plenty of water. There are opportunities to filter water, but just be prepared. And I've said about all I can say. I guess we're done with this one. You gonna do it again, Carrie?
Sure.
You gonna hammock again?
Sure.
Going to the Smokies next weekend. We'll see if we'll take the tent with us, but we might do the hammock too. I'm not really sure, but maybe get some video footage of that. And then after that, I'm gonna do another trip at Land Between the Lakes. I'm looking forward to that. I know a lot of people tend to ask me a lot of questions about Land Between the Lakes, so more footage coming from that place, the Tennessee and Kentucky border. That being said, thanks for watching, hanging out with us. We're gonna get in the car and get some 90-mile-an-hour air conditioner going.
Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door.